Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to a Division 2 video. We are testing everything for the new season on the PTS, and today I want to cover everything that is new for gear and or weapons. There are a bunch of items that I will make a separate video about, but today I want to just give you a full overview what to expect for the gear and the weapons for Season 3. If you like what you see or helps you out in any way or form, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well and join us to the road of 25,000. We would love to have you in the community. So let's jump right over, starting with our weapons. We are getting an exotic shotgun. This is the exotic M870. I haven't got it with the nice rolls, but it's all about the talent. Dragon's Breath. This weapon fires Dragon's Breath shells. Each shot has a 10% chance of applying burn to the enemy. An enemy cannot be applied burn if they're already burning. Weapon damage is amplified by 30% of your status effect bonuses. So it is quite of an interesting talent. If we look at the mods, we are gaining an extra 10% weapon handling, 5 extra rounds, and that 15% critical hit chance, what will definitely help out this shotgun. If we go back to the talent, the Dragon's Breath, this is quite interesting, especially the last part of this talent. Weapon damage is amplified by 30% of your status effect bonuses, and this gives you an extra amplified damage from all of the gear set and brand set bonuses as of status effects and or the hard-coded status effects on, for example, the Val or the Catharsis mask as of the exotic masks. We try to roll a couple of status effect bonuses on our gear to see if it will buff the damage, but it seems that only the hard-coded status effects and or the brand set gear set bonuses will boost the damage of the Fafnir. This is again on the PTS, so things are still subject to change and this could be bugged. If we hear more about it, I will let you know, but the Fafnir is one that I want to make a dedicated video about. So let's jump over to the other two weapons that we will see this season, the Steamer and the Teapot. The Steamer is of course the MK16. This will give a perfect talent as of boiling point. The first 75% of your magazine will have minus 100% critical hit chance, and the rest will have 100% critical hit chance. Meaning for this weapon, to the last 7 bullets will give you a 100% crit chance. Same then of course for the rifle, the Teapot. This also will have the perfect boiling point, and this comes down to the same thing. Without any attributes on there, this will be the last 7 bullets giving you 100% crit chance, while the first 23 are all minus 100% crit chance. This could be very interesting if you go into a full headshot build, only click those heads to then give you the last couple of bullets with that 100% crit chance. And then let's jump over to the named items in next season, as we will get a total of 4 because we will not receive a brand set anymore. We will only receive gear sets, and because of that we will get 2 extra named items. We have 4 different brands, 4 new named items with 2 backpacks and 2 chest pieces. We have a named backpack for Araldi that on the PTS doesn't have a name yet, but this comes with perfect concussion. Headshots increase the total weapon damage by 20% for 1.5 seconds, 5 seconds with marksman rifles. Headshot kills increase the total weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds. So in a perfect world, you can hit that 35% weapon damage, and this is quite nice to use on your marksman rifle headshot build, as it doesn't matter if you get hit, for example with vigilance, what will give you that 25. So this is definitely a great addition. Then we got the 511. Next to that, this got of course a perfect talent as perfect protector. When your shield is damaged, you gain 25% bonus armor, and all other allies gain 35% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. and the cooldown is 3 seconds as well. But if we scroll up, we already see that the 511 brand set of course got a rework, and we're getting 12% protection from elites from this. That is already changed from the PTS notes, as it was only 10%, but at this moment on the PTS the 511 will give us 12% protection from elites, and this is a great addition to 511. In that combination then, of course, with the perfect protector, this could be the perfect backpack for your aggro tank build. Then let's jump over to the other two named pieces. And those are, of course, our chest piece. We have Richter and Kaiser, called the Rushdown. This will, of course, give us that 10% skill haste as our first attribute. And then if we scroll down, we will see the talent Perfect Tag Team. The last enemy you have damaged with a skill is marked. Dealing weapon damage to that enemy consumes the mark to reduce the active cooldown by 12 seconds. And the cooldown of this talent is 4 seconds. Could be nice, not particularly the biggest fan of tag team, so let's jump over to our last named chest piece before we jump over to the Iron Will. I see you looking at that exotic chest piece and it is a beast. So let's jump over to the trick shot first. Imminence Armaments, this will give us perfectly reassigned. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of random special ammo into your sidearm and the cooldown is 8 seconds. I think this is a great combination with Imminence Armaments, because if we scroll up, we of course see that the Imminence Armaments also got a rework that the pistol damage is now on the second attribute bonus. So this is a perfect combination, getting you that 48% pistol damage, and then probably want to combine it with perfectly reassigned. Again, not the biggest fan of this, but I like the addition and I think it's a smart move to put that on Imminence Armaments. But now, let's jump over to the Iron Will, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new exotic coming to next season. I find your lack of determination disturbing as an inscription on there. This comes with weapon damage, this comes with headshot damage, this comes with weapon handling, and then of course a mod slot. But what will this chest do for us? What will this talent do for us? The talent will be called Resolved. Your next body shot will be considered a headshot with a cooldown of 1 second. But it requires you to have an MMR, a rifle or a pistol equipped. So this will not, I repeat, this will not work with shotguns. I already saw that sheriff build going absolutely crazy. But overall, this chest piece is already absolutely crazy. This has been made to replace Determined, as then Determined cannot be combined with Headhunter anymore. The plan for Determined is to make it the same as the Perfect Determined, so it will not work as we know it now. But in that way, they are giving us the Iron Will exotic chest piece. This will give us a little less choice in weapons to use to just one-shot everything like we did with Determined. But this will give you the opportunity to get, for example, into the Nemesis. Get, for example, into the Prima Donna. There are a lot of exotic MMRs that I personally don't utilize that much. In the combination of the Iron Will while we're testing this out, I had a bunch of fun. Overall, I think that's a very fun combination, but it can definitely be very strong. And the Iron Will is also one of the pieces that I want to make a dedicated video about. So let's jump over to the last addition to this new PTS, and that is of course the new gear set. Yes, we will get Ember Engine. This will give us 2-piece 8% skill efficiency. For the 3-piece, that will give us 30% status effects, and for the 4-piece this will then of course activate the gear set, giving us spontaneous combustion. Every status effect you apply has a 20% chance of also applying a burn to the enemy. If the status effect initially applied was already burn, the enemy will receive 25% burn damage for the duration of your burn status effect. Of course, this gear set will be boosted by the chest piece and the backpack. For the chest piece talent, we get Flashpoint, increase the chance of applying burn of spontaneous combustion to 40%, and it will require spontaneous combustion to be active, meaning you have to wear a 4-piece of this gear set. Then for the backpack, we see White Hot as the talent, increase the duration of the burn damage debuff of spontaneous combustion by plus 50%. Again, this requires spontaneous combustion to be active, meaning, again, using 4 pieces of this gear set. And this is quite interesting. We tested it out a little bit with the new Fafnir shotgun because this wants to get boosted by those status effects. And it was fun to play around with. We of course have to step into some builds and really see what we can get out of this gear set. But it could be an interesting gear set for next season. But will it give Eclipse a run for his money? I don't know. And that's pretty much it, a full breakdown of everything that you can expect for gear and or weapons next season. Like I mentioned, there are a couple that I'll probably make a dedicated video for and dive a little bit further in, like the shotgun, like the chest piece, and probably the gear set as well. But that's it for me today. Hit me up in the comments down below. I would love to hear your opinion about the gear, about the weapons, and of course about adding more named items instead of a new brand set. What is your opinion about it? I would love to hear it. And thank you for sticking until the end. Like the video if you liked the video or helped you out in any way or form. If you're new here and or you want to be updated by the Division 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you in the next one. Pure Prime